I really like you, but I'm not ready for a relationship right now. We have so much fun together, but I don't want anything serious. Let's just hang out and have fun. If that sounds familiar to you, then stay right here because I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to turn things around and have him pleading for a committed relationship with you. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borello and I'm a psychologist and a relationship coach. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. So if you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by clicking the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you aren't missing anything. On to the steps to get him to commit. Okay, so you're in this situation where you've been dating a man that you really like. You've been spending time together and getting to know one another and things feel great and you're feeling like this is the beginning of a new relationship. But when the relationship topic comes up, he tells you that he doesn't want anything serious and he's not ready for a relationship at this time. He just wants to continue dating and doing what you've been doing, but no commitment, nothing serious. And that leaves you in a difficult situation because you want a relationship, but you're not sure if he just needs a little more time to get to know you or if he's just wasting your time and will eventually hurt you. So what do? Well, if you can follow these steps, you'll have him begging for a relationship in no time. Number 1, give yourself a time frame. Relationships are all about timing. So if this is a relatively new situation, perhaps he just needs a little more time to be sure. And waiting and giving him time to make a decision has some very important benefits. First, it shows him that you respect his decision-making process, and it shows him that he's worth the wait, and it allows him to develop a deeper connection with you. And that might be exactly what he needs. So give yourself a time frame of 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, and in the meantime, you're going to be doing all of these tips. Now, if you've been in this situation for 6 months already, you still need to give yourself a timeline and an opportunity for these steps to work, but maybe only 2 to 4 weeks. Number 2, stop thinking about and talking about commitment for now. And there are 2 reasons for this. 1, this usually isn't an issue that gets resolved in one day. And 2, handling the situation in the wrong way will usually backfire and make your situation worse. So during the time frame that you've established, you have to stop talking about commitment. If you've already had the discussion and you're on 2 different pages of the book, further discussing or trying to convince him of your point of view will make things worse. The more you talk about it, the more pressure he will feel, and that's not a good thing. He knows what you want, and every time you bring it up, he pulls further and further away from you. If you really want this guy to finally commit to being in an exclusive relationship, you need to stop bringing up anything to do with the future or with the relationship altogether. And you're also going to give yourself a vacation from worrying and thinking about it for now, because constantly worrying about why he doesn't want to be in a relationship is an uncomfortable and an insecure position to be in. And when you are worried about whether or not he wants you, you're less likely to focus on something even more important. Do you even like him? Are you compatible with him? So for now, give yourself a little vacation from it. Number 3, stop giving him everything he wants. When a person has everything they want, what is their incentive to try harder? What is the incentive to change? I mean, if you're hanging out together and acting like boyfriend and girlfriend and he's happy, why would he change anything? He's getting all of his needs met, right? He's getting his need for companionship and attention and friendship and intimacy and sex. He's getting all of his needs met. He's not going to change just to be nice. And on top of that, when he says he doesn't want a relationship right now, many women try harder to be that thoughtful and loving girlfriend, hoping that he will fall deeply in love with them and then he will certainly want a committed relationship. Nope, it doesn't work like that. He's happy. He's satisfied just the way things are. Why change when he doesn't have to? So you're going to have to set some boundaries for yourself, for him, and for the relationship. That means that you're going to have to start saying no to him. You're going to have to disappoint him. And that's okay. You're going to have to set expectations of him and make him meet them. So you can't be his last minute booty call. You can't continue to just meet him for a Netflix and chill. You're going to have to let him know your expectations. Let him know that if he wants to see you, he's going to have to make plans with you and take you on a proper date. When he offers you scraps, you have to turn him down. For example, he calls you last minute on a Sunday evening and wants to come over. He says he misses you and he wants to see you. Well, you're going to tell him that you miss him too. You'd like to see him too. So if he wants to plan a date, you'd love to see him. But at the moment, you're not available. Oh, and when you tell him no, don't be surprised when he attempts the same thing again tomorrow. So you have to be ready to tell him no several times. And I really have to stress this point here because I don't want you to hesitate on this one. What are you asking him for? Are you asking for some unreasonable demand? No, you're simply asking him to treat you with respect and plan a date. If he gets angry and breaks up with you, consider yourself lucky. He was only using you. Number 4, make him work for it. People care more when they put more effort into their relationships. So make him work for it. Don't make everything so easy for him. Make him invest in you and try harder. And when he does, he will be increasing his feelings of love and appreciation for you. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about allowing him to help you with things. Small favors, helping you complete a project at home, helping you with studying, things that take time and effort. The more he invests, the more he will like you as a result. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, we appreciate and value the things that we work hard for. And it takes both parties working together. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 60 and 40, and other times it's 40 and 60. It's all about balancing each other and supporting one another when needed. Healthy relationships require sharing the effort and the work. That means sharing the decisions on choosing restaurants and deciding on movies to see. That means you share in deciding who to spend time with, the music you listen to in the car, and the TV shows that you're watching. So the bottom line is that you have to allow him to invest his time, his effort, and his energy. If he wants to see you, make him come to your side of the town to pick you up. And I understand it can be difficult for some people to do this. Some people are just very agreeable and work hard to be the perfect girlfriend, and it doesn't work. If this is you, be careful. This behavior is not sustainable and in time will cause you to be unappreciated and undervalued. Number 5, keep your options open. I know, you don't want to date anyone else, right? You're not interested in dating multiple men. Okay, hear me out on this. So you want this guy to commit to you because you really like him, you see potential, and you have a great time together. It feels like you're already a couple. So why is it so easy for him to tell you that he doesn't want a commitment? Why is it easy for him to tell you that he doesn't want anything serious? One of the biggest reasons, he's not worried that you are going anywhere. He's not worried about any other man winning your heart. And that is huge. See, one of the biggest reasons why people get into a committed relationship is because they are worried that if their partner is dating others, then they might like another person more. It's fear-based. So they want you to get into a committed relationship so that you're off the market. Well, why isn't this guy worried about taking you off the market? Well, it's because you have convinced him that you only want him. So he's not worried that you're going anywhere. And many of you are probably saying, yeah, I'm not interested in dating anyone else. I understand, I hear you, and so does he. So he can comfortably tell you that he doesn't want a commitment because he has no fear that you're going anywhere. No fear that he's going to lose you to another man. He knows how you feel. He knows that he has nothing to worry about. So let me ask you again. If he knows he's not going to lose you to another man, if he knows that you're not interested or willing to date anyone else, if he's not worried that someone else might treat you better, why would he change? Why would he try harder? He doesn't have to worry that someone else might give you what you want. He doesn't have to worry that someone else is going to make you happy. And he can just continue to coast and do what he's doing. And you'll be right there waiting for him. So until your guy finally realizes that you're the girl for him, don't stop dating other men. Keep your options open, even if you're not particularly interested in these other guys. And don't be obnoxious or in his face about it. You don't want to be accused of trying to make him jealous. Instead, keep your social calendar full of dates with others, and you will be less worried about what your guy is doing. And he will definitely notice that you're not as available as you once were. And it will add just the right amount of anxiety to get him to take action. And if and when he asks you about it, tell him that you're keeping your options open. After all, he's the one who didn't want a commitment, right? Number 6, have the talk when the time is right. As I mentioned earlier, if this is a new relationship, perhaps he needed some time to really make a decision about wanting a relationship. But if you've been doing the last 4 steps, he's very likely to bring up the commitment talk himself. But if he doesn't bring it up himself, at some point you'll have to initiate the conversation. And when you do, and he tells you again that he's not ready for a relationship, this is what you need to say. Let him know that you understand that he's unsure or confused, and that, like you, he deserves to be in the happiest and best relationship for him. Let him know that it's super important to you, and then let him know of a solution that might really help him. And that is that he needs to take some time and be alone so he can figure it out. Yes, you are the one who suggests to him that he needs some time away to figure it out, because again, everyone deserves to be happy and to be with the person that they are 100% sure of and committed to. And when you tell him that in the nicest and most sincere way possible, you are letting him know that you want him to be happy and you want him to figure it out. You're also telling him that this situation isn't meeting your needs because you need someone who is all in and sure. So in the meantime, you're going to continue to date because you want a relationship. And when he figures it out, maybe you'll still be available. Maybe. Maybe you'll be in a relationship and maybe you'll be married. When you handle the conversation in this manner, you're conveying the following messages to him. First, you're letting him know that you care about his well-being and want the best for him, even if that doesn't include you. You're also letting him know that you are not willing to tolerate or accept anything less than 100% from a person. You're letting him know that you deserve more and you are showing love for yourself and will not accept less than what you deserve. And lastly, you're showing him that you have the confidence that you will find what you're looking for, and despite being disappointed, you know that this is the right thing to do. You're also letting him know that your life doesn't stop as you wait around for him to figure it out. Now, if he cares about you and really has feelings for you, this conversation is likely to be a game changer. If not immediately, certainly within a few days. But he has to know that you're serious and not just bluffing. So once you have this conversation, it's now time for him to take action. And you cannot continue to date him and to see each other. If you continue to see him, you're letting him know that it's okay to continue casually dating, and you're letting him know that he doesn't have to make any type of decision. And this lowers your value and shows that you care about his feelings, maybe more than your own. Don't do it. Don't fool yourself into believing that you can wait it out and that things will work out. If you continue dating casually without a commitment, you're going to sabotage any possibility of a relationship with him. So yeah, doing nothing is not an option. And if he lets you go and doesn't step up his game, know that this relationship was never going to happen and never meant to be. It's easy to get hung up on the whys behind his decision, but dwelling on them doesn't change the reality. If you aren't right for someone else, that means that they aren't right for you. Move on and let him go. And do not use that experience as proof that you aren't good enough. Meeting a person that's not right for you, a person that's not a good match, is not a reflection on you, period. Oh, and I have a surprise for those of you who made it to the end of this video. 2 more $50 Amazon gift cards for subscribers who leave a comment suggesting a video topic for me. And when we get to 100 comments that suggest video topics, I will randomly select 2 of those comments and they will each win a $50 gift card through email. Last thing, maybe your guy can't commit because he has Peter Pan syndrome. It's more common than ever before. Click here to learn more about that Peter Pan syndrome, or click here to watch a video that YouTube thinks you'll like. I'll see you in that video.